Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's the author Andrew Snorton, and you're joining me for another edition of the Fast 15. As we normally do each and every Wednesday about 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we take about no more than a 15-minute moment to kind of pause, check up, check in, enjoy an encouraging note from any of the books or audiobooks, close out with a couple of announcements, but more importantly, close out on a positive note. To stay connected with me, if you add me here on Instagram at AuthorASnorton, click on the link in the bio for my Linktree, and that will give you the information for my current newsletter, any recent interviews, my Facebook, Twitter/X, YouTube, archival editions of the Conversation Corner with the Status Network, coffee information, which, hey, I'm enjoying a cup right now. Of the Author Andrew Snorton blend in collaboration with Fonte's Coffee and other good stuff. So give me a moment to enjoy a sip. Some really good coffee. So that's probably the easiest way to stay connected with me. If you have any requests for autographed copies of any of the books or any other info, you may email me at AuthorASnorton@gmail.com. And I'd just like to thank each and everybody for taking time to join us every Wednesday since we started back on April 1st of 2020 when the pandemic was like ridiculous. Please remind you, COVID is still out there, so please, still take precautions. But yeah, so we just thank you guys for taking time to pause, check up, check in, enjoy an encouraging note, reboot, refresh, all that type of thing. Just get some things out your system and be able to go about your day, because sometimes you can't wait until the evening. Sometimes you can't wait until the next morning. Sometimes you need something right now. So I hope this is something that helps provide people with that little something for right now. As we always do, we take time to acknowledge. We always start off with people who might not be doing so well. We know life happens, and people might be going through some physical or mental health challenges. They might be going through some financial challenges, within their relationships with family, friends, and loved ones, job, or just not feeling it. And I'll say this, you have every right to feel some kind of way. We are all human. We all go through the range of emotions, so you have every right to feel some kind of way. You do have a bigger right, though, of taking time to pause, pivot, reboot, regroup, see the moving parts for what they are, and see what steps you can take to just be in a better place. So if it requires professional help, do not be afraid to get it. If it means you need to take more time for yourself just to kind of unplug and decompress, do that. If you need to change the people that you're around, the circles you're around, or whatever, identify the constructive things that you need to do in order to put yourself in a better position, because there are people who care and there are people who are counting on you. So if this sounds like you or someone I hope that is a word of encouragement and hope for whatever you're going through. On the flip side, there's people who are doing really well, people who are traveling, people who are meeting good people. They're in good spaces professionally, personally, and then some, and you have every right to celebrate. And I'll say this, you know what you've been led through in order to get to where you're trying to go, so celebrate accordingly. Now, I mean, don't go overboard, but yeah, if you know that you've been led through something and you need to shed a tear, you need to hoot and holler. If you're 21 and older, you might get something, within moderation, of course, but you of all people know what you've been led through in order to get to where you're going. So definitely celebrate, definitely feed off the positive energy, use that as a springboard for what's next. But let's not forget our colleagues who might be going through something, because we know life can change in a hurry. So definitely want to make sure that we're aware of that. So what we're going to do today is go into our selection from one of my books. So let me get another sip of coffee. And I'm pulling from Quotes and Notes, Something's on the Horizon, which is the most recent release. It's a compilation of basically individual quotes that have helped me and hopefully will help other people. And there's one quote that's borrowed from my grandmother. But in addition to here's the great deep thought, what's better than that is explaining the logic and rationale and giving you a space to see whether you agree, you disagree, you want to go in a different direction. Because ultimately what you put in your head is going to eventually show up and show out in your thoughts, actions, and words. So all of us, myself included, need time to kind of pause and reboot. So today is quote that I'm going to pull from. It's kind of motivated from a conversation I had with a fellow author earlier today. So I'm going to read the quote out of Quotes and Notes and kind of pull everything together. So here we go. Others may downgrade or degrade you. Don't you be one of those people. People may doubt you. Don't you be among them. And I picked this quote based on a conversation I had with my good friend, fellow author, entertainment person, just great all-around person, Tyra Satai. And it stemmed from something that she shared where she articulated her emotions on something that was near and dear to her, and she got a little bit of pushback and got, had some negative things that were said. And it's kind of like, the person was trying to degrade someone in their emotions because of a life-changing situation. And it made me kind of go back to this one. So others may downgrade or degrade you. Unfortunately, it may be some family members, it may be some friends, or people who you were tight with. They're going to say some foolish stuff about you. Unfortunately, it happens. And they'll say it because they see how you're moving, and they see that you're moving in a positive manner, a manner that's allowing you to grow, tap into your hobbies, your interests, who you are as a person. And for some people, because they're used to you being in this one lane, because you're moving in multiple lanes, they can't process it. They like you where you are. But last time I checked, you're not a peg in a pegboard, or you're not a shoe that you throw in some box. So some people will have problems with how you move, and part of it is because they're not moving. It happens. Here's the next part. Don't you be one of those people. Again, we got to be real careful what we put in our head. We put the wrong stuff in our head. It can limit us from being the people who we are still evolving and growing into. So if there's a creative side in you that you've been holding back, explore it. If there's a constructive side, you like to build things. You like to build, build a shelf or whatever. You like to cook. There's things inside of you that you still haven't connected with. Don't you hold yourself back from those types of things. People may doubt you. Of course, people are going to doubt you because they doubt themselves. I'm going to say it one more time. People doubt you because they doubt themselves. And don't let them put their doubts or their insecurities or their inadequacies on you. Don't let it happen. And don't you internalize stuff. Now, it doesn't mean that we're perfect. We all have things to work on, but it's a difference between identifying things that we have to work on versus embracing our God-given gifts and talents. Just because other people don't get it and don't understand it, don't you be one of those people. And don't be among them. So from the conversation I had today, I had to go back to this particular quote, and hopefully it's a reminder to my friend, hopefully it's a reminder to each and every one of you, that just because other people might look at you cross-eyed or side-eyed because you're doing stuff in real estate, or you're doing stuff in music, or you're doing stuff in writing, or you're doing something in fashion, or you're looking at photography, things along those lines, just because they are not embracing their capacity to do and grow, don't you embrace that nonsense at all. Don't do it. Don't. And that is the lesson for today that comes out of Quotes and Notes. Something is on the horizon, so I hope that word helps somebody, and it's a reminder to me. So a couple of quick reminders as we're getting there. The coffee. Shouts to our friends at Fonte's Coffee of the collaborative piece of the AuthorASnorton blend. These are the new bags right here, folks. These are the glossy ones, which are awesome. So this is the medium roast. We've got the light roast, and we have the decaf. So if you visit fontescoffee.com, click on special collections. I'm the very first special collection that you see. Remember, if it's $60 or more, it's free shipping, which will save you some coins. And at checkout, there are some great nonprofits that you may support and donate. I know for the Atlanta-based one, Alphas of Atlanta, we're going to pivot at the end of the month, so y'all need to make sure you hustle and hurry. But we're always going to make sure that we're starting off supporting an Atlanta-based nonprofit, a Louisville-based nonprofit, and a larger national nonprofit. So make sure to order online. Right now in Metro Atlanta, I encourage you to visit Smoke Break in Conyers. I encourage you to visit Black Dot Cultural Center in Lithonia. I think the Bougie Southerner still has, some, but I'll have to holler at them. And J Cigars may have some left in Atlanta, and then in Birmingham, Bazaar, the coffee bar. So we're going to add some more, but let's make sure that, definitely support. Couple of quick things. This coming Sunday, September 17th from 2 to 4 p.m., join me at 44th and 3rd Bookseller. I will be doing a book signing at their bookstore. I'll have all 4 books featured. I will have the medium, the light, and the decaf, because they're going to ship me my decaf. Make sure to come on out. Be a friend. Bring a friend. Make sure to come out to 44th and 3rd Bookseller between 2 and 4 p.m. in Atlanta. Just check the social media and all the other infos I've been posting at 5,1100 places and whatnot. So make sure to come on out and come through. September 30th, Louisville, Kentucky, from 11 a.m. to 1:15 p.m. Join me at Fonte's Coffee. That will be the book signing at Fonte's Coffee, and you can also sample all of the coffees that I have under the partnership: the medium roast, the light roast, and the decaf. So make sure to enjoy a bag of really good coffee. But if you're in Louisville, Kentucky, just go ahead and go to Fonte's anyway, get you a bag. And like I said, you can order online. Those are the main events on the writing end that are going to be taking place. On the press and media end, make sure to visit AuthorASnorton CCS on Instagram for upcoming articles. We got some great items coming up, not just in college sports, but just a few other things. Let's see, the shirt that I'm wearing, shouts to my friends at Me Time Book Club. Definitely a big shirt, but I'm a big dude. So shouts to everybody. Kay Roche, shouts to everybody at Me Time Book Club. I had a great time at the Behind the Ink Festival in Birmingham in April. Looking forward to being a part of that. AJ the Word Artist, I tell you what, overdue conversation. For those of you that have not connected with AJ Word Artist, make sure to check him out. He's doing some amazing work as a fellow author. Amazing work using his platform to give fellow authors a chance to talk about, the things they're doing. So please make sure to add AJ Word Artist on Instagram. So as we get ready to wind down with our 15-minute time to talk, hopefully it's given everybody a chance to kind of pause, reboot, just refresh, because like I said, sometimes you can't wait to the end of the day, and sometimes you can't wait until the next day to make that happen. Again, for people that are not doing that well, keep your head up, pause, reboot, refresh. And as you slow down your moving parts, hopefully you see those moving parts a little bit clearer so you know what constructive next steps to take. For people who are doing well, hey, keep building off the positive energy. Again, reminder, September 17th from 2 to 4 p.m. in Atlanta at 44th and 3rd Bookseller. You can make sure to check me out for the next book signing. And then September 30th from 11 a.m. to 1:15 p.m. at Louisville's Fonte's Coffee is where you can check me out. To stay connected with me, if you add me here on Instagram at AuthorASnorton, you click on the link in the bio for my Linktree. If you're easier to type it in, if you type in linktr.ee/AuthorASnorton, that will be the easiest way for you to go to the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, archival shows on the Status Network. I was about to say the current newsletter, which goes out twice a month, the coffee information, all that, and then some. Shouts to SB Pro Media jumping on. Make sure to check them out. They do some amazing photojournalism, sports photography, and others, so make sure to check them out. There's a bunch of great photographers that I've been able to work with, but they really do a solid job. So if you're in Metro Atlanta, make sure to check them out. SB Pro Media on Instagram, and of course on the West Coast or the left coast, AJ Word Artist. Make sure to check them out because they're doing some great things. And that's another thing, ladies and gentlemen, we can't be so insular with our platforms that we don't acknowledge other people doing good stuff. That comes back to the quote that I said before in regards to don't doubt yourself. Walk in your purpose, and don't be afraid to acknowledge good things that other good people are doing, because you'll be surprised how that comes back to you and then some. So shouts to everybody who joined on the live. Shouts to the folks who like, share, comment. Hopefully you've gotten something constructive from our 15-minute chat. Again, Easiest way to stay connected with me, AuthorASnorton on Instagram. Click on the link in the bio for my Linktree. Navigate through the platforms that you normally use, add, connect, and contact me. So as we draw this to a close, always remember, whether small or big, a victory is a victory. Whether slow or swift, movement is movement. So keep it victorious. Keep it moving. You guys take good care, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the A at 44th and 3rd Bookseller this Sunday, September 17th from 2 to 4 p.m. Peace. See you later. Take good care.